Gonna make it worthwhile. Feel the good vibes embrace.
Sparking nights in the dark night glow. Flashbacks from the track, watch the past unfold. Got a story to tell of courage untold. Rise up from memories, watch us take control. Echoes of yesterday feed our fight. From shadows to light, we'll take flight. In this race, embrace our might. Hold our dreams, got the future in sight. Rise up high, let courage unbind. Erase the past, keep future in mind. Every step forward, no looking behind. We own this moment, leave fear confined. Sparking nights in the dark.
Look up to the sky high above. Stars tell secrets, they whisper love. Mysteries hiding in the night. ET's glowing with that light. Connects to another place. Universe-wide cosmic chase. Cryptids walking through the trees. Hear them moving through the breeze. Journey on, path truth the way. Unlock the code, open gate. Eyes wide open, see the signs. Universe's hidden lights. Flying saucers in the clouds, hover low, their hum so loud. Messages from distant lands, circle signs in ancient sands. Feel the rhythm beat of life. Universe cuts through the strife. Tapestry of existence true. We navigate through the blue. Journey on, path truth away. Unlock the code, open gate. Eyes wide open, see the signs. Universe's hidden lights. Truth away, unlock the code, open gate. Eyes wide open, see the signs. Universe's hidden lights.
And we are live. Welcome to SNX Radio. This is Coley, and we have our host tonight, Rodney. Rodney, say hello to everyone. Do I have you? Oh, we got him. We got to get him unmuted here, though. You there, Rodney?
Yeah, hi. How's everybody doing tonight? Great to see you again.
Yes, we had a show earlier today, so we've been really booking it today, which has been awesome. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about tonight's guest. This is part 2 for him. So if you missed about 2 weeks ago that he had come and it's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. I'm trying to get this so you can see who's talking to you. Yeah, no, he absolutely is phenomenal. And there we go. Now I can see you. That's great. So yeah, so getting back to Patrick Cross, he really did take me by surprise. I mean, he grew up in a murder house. I mean, he's got the poltergeist story. I mean, and he's got the evidence to back it up. So we're gonna make sure to in there that all of his links are there. So go look for yourself. Go look on his Facebook page. I mean, do your research because he's got some phenomenal evidence. He's been doing this for 30 years with he's got an impressive portfolio, over 350 investigations. He's a renowned TV personality and has been featured on popular shows such as The Haunted Case Files and Ghostly Encounters and Paranormal Night Shift. So it spans from ghostly activities, hauntings, the paranormal. He's conducted numerous high-profile investigations, including infamous séances encounters with demonic entities. So believe me, this is going to get interesting tonight. His work has been documented in various books, magazines, and he served as the consultant for TV shows, news outlets, and media organizations. So, I mean, he's done about everything, I'd like to say.
He's seen it all at this point, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's got it all in 30 years experience. I mean, if you don't take advantage of this resource, I mean, you might be crazy. But I'm going to go ahead and without further ado, let's bring our guest out and let Patrick hit the stage. Hi, Patrick. Thank you for coming back.
I'm back.
You're back. Oh, I'm so excited for
I'm back from beyond.
I've had so many people reach out after your interview and they're like, wow, like, I mean, just absolutely amazed and taken back by some of that. So I'm sure you're going to get some great comments and questions tonight. So people are just eating it up. Like, I mean, I was just so taken back. So I don't know. Do you want to give like a little summary? I don't even know how you can. I was trying to summarize it all, but I'm thinking, okay.
Regardless of all the things that have ever happened, I've always done this in the name of research and in the name of the really finding out what is out there, regardless of all the things I've done and all the things I've been, encountered and attacked and demons and all that stuff. The whole experience has still made me more aware of the spiritual side, the energy side, the fact that we are human and we are still spiritual. So all this stuff goes on, and other people have experienced it. And the question is, do they understand it? Can they deal with it? What can you do with it? So it's always a learning experience for me. Even after 30 years, 32 years now, they're doing ghost tours, investigations, helping people. It's all about being human, being an energy source, really.
You're so grounded. I don't know how you stay so grounded through all this, but you are so grounded. And you're so authentic and genuine. I mean, it's unbelievable just to hear that. That's because you do have a very impressive. No, we'd like to acknowledge that. I mean, you've done things that so many others that I even know in this field would just dream of having. And you got that. That's amazing. I mean, that tells you how you are as a person and, your talent. And so.
Well, the good thing is I've always been open to things. So people came to me. I never really chased anything. I never really wanted to be a ghost hunter guy. It just kind of fell into it, right? I was mostly involved in television and broadcasting. I was originally studied broadcasting and television and sound and audio engineering. And one thing led to another, and I just started working in that area. And then I'm also psychic sensitive, so I'm also clear audio, not clairvoyant, but more pickup. They all talk to me. Okay, had major conversations going on, so I had to learn really how to at an early age in my teens to turn it off, and also to figure out what the heck was going on.
I understand that completely. It's crazy. Some of the activity. I'm sure I was one to see them more than hear them. So what's it like when you would hear them?
It's just like a voice coming through. Like, I mean, you know, I'm in a room, or I can pick up stuff, and someone will be saying, "Hey," and there's nobody there. Or the best example was really cool because my other house was really haunted for some reason. I live in Burlington, Ontario, Canada. So I was recording EVPs, and I was in my room, and this ghost came through. He goes, "What are you doing?" "I'm recording." He goes, "Why?" I goes, "Well, I'm picking stuff up." And he's talking to me back and forth. Like, I don't hear it, but just the whole room is going. He goes, "Well, why do you want to talk?" And I go, "Well, I'm trying to learn stuff from whatever you guys are and your dad." And he goes, "Yeah, and you're psychic and you know all about me." And that's what he said. And it hit me like, whoa, that was like, he just pinned it right there for years. And everything is, you're the one who's psychic, you know, and he's talking to me. So it's like, I got that on tape. It's just phenomenal stuff. And from there, I just kept more and more doing EVPs and sound recordings and the recordings and videos. And I got like over like 3,000 EVPs and all kinds of stuff going on, interacting with spirits and the dead, you know.
And you grew up in I don't know what kind of house you would call it, a poltergeist house?
Well, there was two things going on, three things actually. So, first of all, there was native ground, Indian ground that was all leveled. That was used to be like part of native Indians and the cemeteries for Indians. Then, second of all, that was all leveled and it was sacred ground. And then all the houses were built. And then on top of that, there was a murder that happened at my house before my dad bought it, as these houses were all being built and being established in an area called Ludgate. 3 is called Ludgate Drive, and it's actually in Rexdale, Ontario, Canada. But the weird part is Ludgate is a village in London, England, which, if you look at, is the most haunted place in London, England, and it also leads to the center of the Stonehenge. So that being said, all that was happening, and basically, story goes back in the 1970s that a guy was dating another girl. The family, sorry, the father and the mother didn't like this guy dating their daughter, and he ended up getting really upset, and they told him to leave. And he said, "Well, if I can't have her, nobody can have her." So he got an axe and he basically attacked and killed the mother and the father, chopped off their heads and bodies all over the place, and killed the girlfriend. And then he was charged, of course. They never could find all the rest of the body parts, and he didn't disclose where they were. And later on, I found all the body parts were buried around the house.
I remember you saying that. Oh, God.
That was not good. And then my dad bought this place. Back in the 70s, nobody really cared about murders or disclosed anything. And I said, "Oh, yeah, I lived in the war." You know, my dad said, "You know, I can handle anything, you know," and all the rest. Who cares about some ghost or some guy got murdered, right? So the guy got charged, and shortly after, I was only a kid. I was only like 11, 12 years old, you know, and just things started happening, like, slowly. It was like, you know, footsteps, sounds, wind, voices, air, whispers, and I guess it was also based on the land, because this was a marshland at 1.2. So I'm a kid trying to understand all this stuff, and things are coming to me. Excuse me. And my mother was really, really sensitive and psychic, and she could see things and hear things. And I was just getting into being psychic. I had no idea what a psychic was. I was just a kid. So they were always coming to me and my brother, and then just things more or less happened. And then all the things that really happened were shown in movies later on in the 80s and 90s. Like when you saw Poltergeist or stuff like that, that's all real, because we were contacted to explain things that happened. It wasn't made up. That was never made up on TV. It was actually real. Things walking up the wall, blood dripping down, hands coming out of the walls, like demon things walking upside down on top of the roof and on the ceiling, crawling, and walls crawling inside the walls and moving. It was just fucking up mentally. Holy shoot. You know,
like
that's what was happening.
Apparitions? They were full apparitions you could see?
Yeah. So, I mean, this was going on. And the funny thing was...
I've heard that from so many that investigate these that go in that have actually, they said you would not even believe it. It is so intense.
Yeah, and the walls would move, like the hands would move out of the wall and stuff like that. Like it was just like a movie.
Well,
and you're breathing, and the walls would breathe.
Yeah,
and the floor would move up and down. It's like, oh my goodness. So I couldn't figure all this out, and I was just trying to figure out, and then trying to. Like,
I bet not. Jeez.
On top of that, my dad never acknowledged it. He always said, "Oh yeah, the house is settling. Oh yeah, there's a million things happening. The house is settling." Sure. So not only did there was native Indians coming through from the land, I guess they were upset because they all got destroyed in their cemetery and their land got wrecked because they were sacred. And then on top of that, the murder, where all these body parts were chopped up. I used to hear sounds of axe chopping in the basement. I used to hear like screams and crying, and like, you know, as like it was just nuts. And then blood would be dripping down from the ceiling onto the cellar, onto the fruit cellar. My mom would just go down and blood be dripping down. Oh yeah, just clean that up. She'd go back, you know, be gone later, and then she goes back down and it's dripping again. I was like, oh, I don't know where that's coming from. You know, it's just bizarre. Fires would start on the bench. You know, the main thing I always heard was this giant trunk was being drawn across, screeching in the basement. And there was nothing there. My dad goes, "How do you not hear that? I'm freaking right out. How can you hear that?" "Oh, I don't hear nothing." And then screams and attacks and chopping. And I'm like, oh my God. So it just went on for years. I was really a tortured soul. I felt like I was in a jail cell with ghosts and all of the things attacking me.
Was he denying that? Did he really not hear him, you think, or he just denied?
He heard and stuff, and he really did hear, but he never wanted to acknowledge it. He was a devout Christian, right, and a Bible thumper. So, the other bad thing is that he thought I was bringing in demon stuff into the house, and so he would actually beat me with a belt and a cross, and lock me in a closet for a whole day, and says, "I'm going to beat the damn evil out of you," and then you know, stop bringing the demons in and all that stuff. And it wasn't even me doing it, so it was just like nuts, you know. And I was crying, and I didn't know what to do, and nobody believed me, you know. So it's just crazy stuff. And
this is going back in the 70s, right? Because in the 70s. Times,
so I couldn't really tell anybody. My dad, in those days, they just thought you were nuts, and they would lock you up. So they just go like, "Okay, this guy's nuts, crazy," you know. And my brother was having experiences too, not as much as me, but my brother was pretty having stuff. He'd always lock his room, lock his doors, and my dad would all lock their doors. So I got this hallway facing all the hallway down, and these huge things at night would come. Right. So they're all coming for me, like a giant, you know, just giant 7-foot thing, all black and everything coming down the hall, coming for me. And I go, "Great, this is it." And then I was also then had like my covers coming off my bed. I literally got rocks to put on the bed so it wouldn't be pulled off. It was just nuts. You know?
Oh my God, that's terrible. That really
so they were terrorizing you. They weren't no residual, like they were looped.
It was ongoing. The only thing I think it would stop is when I played music or played my records. Or I played my guitar. The only way I could find solace and escape was playing my guitar and going to my room, because I was just getting so attacked and demonized and spiritually, you know, open, because I was open to a lot of this stuff, and they're all coming through to want to talk to me or attack me or do something else. So it was just nuts. I'd wake up with scratches and cuts all over the place, bite marks on my neck, and you know, it was just crazy stuff. And I think the worst thing was really weird. My room was always freezing cold. It could be 90 degrees outside, and the wall on the south wall was just freezing cold. And It was crazy stuff. And then I'd see mist when it'd be like, later at night rising up. And the weirdest thing of all is like, I'd start hearing crickets and there'd be mist rising and then there'd be water, all on my floor. And I'm going, whoa. And it's turning into a swamp. So I, try to get out of bed, put my legs down onto the floor. The whole thing is a swamp, a marsh. I'm stepping in like marsh and slogging through it and go, whoa. And you see, just like a swamp. And then all of a sudden I stand up and it completely disappears. No water, nothing. It was just, and there's still water on my feet and my legs. Just crazy stuff. Like a bog, it's just nuts.
Yeah, like it's just like the intensity. Or were you never, I guess, growing up and being able to see them, I never had that much fear. But I do remember one time going to my grandma's and hearing banging and all of her kitchen cupboard doors were open and I got the hell out of there. But I couldn't imagine like that kind of thing every single day. I mean,
actually have
so
a
much
picture in my bedroom that I took in I guess 1979 of the swamp. This is mist coming out of out of my floor. I just happened to have those little Kodak camera things you just shoot, but I actually was saved once. It was like just phenomenal stuff was going on.
Well,
unbelievable.
At least with the UFOs and the alien phenomena, we can count on it usually happening at night. But the ghost stuff, they sounds like they terrorize you day and night. They could.
Yeah, it's mostly at night, but also in the day too. Because I had a basement, like a rec room where my father had, and we had one of those shag rugs. Back then when you could rake them, and there was this like thick shag rug. You could literally see footprints walking through the red carpet.
I know
on the shag rug. And my dad would like freak out, and then the doors would open and close, and doing all kinds of stuff. And it was like just crazy. So I mean, I became really good at this because I thought, well, I got all the other kids to come over around this down the street and down all the neighborhood. I started charging and being a ghost guy. I said, hey, you can last a night. You're paying me to last a night. Don't run away.
Smart.
So, I made good money back then. I was going, what? I made like 50, 60, all the kids ran. They couldn't survive the night.
That is smart. Oh my gosh.
Just crazy stuff.
Hey, you might as well. That's good entrepreneurship right there. So that's kind of the birth of it all, because you do tours.
It's just nuts. I mean, eventually I kind of like contacted other people because I had to figure out what was going on.
Right. How old do you think you were at that point?
I was about 16 then. So because I had to get to the bottom of it. And then I heard there were psychics. Not really psychics back then. They were called more like shamans and pagan witches. Psychic was never a term in North America. It was only European. Europe and Germany that had the name really psychic. And then it came into play and as American psychics later on in the years. It didn't come into, like, nobody was just called people who were like Wiccans or shamans or, spiritual, right? That's what it was. And anyway, I think they were all verifying all those things were going on and trying to help me and protect me and learning the pagan ways and the ways of the earth and things like that to the actual real witches, to learn how to protect yourself and do things and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that takes a lot. Like when I have a long history, about 20 years of paranormal investigation, and that is right there. They will come home with you. I mean, you protect yourself, the white light and the love of God, and you got
just crazy
sometimes,
stuff. So, I mean, the good thing was I finally got it verified that I wasn't going nuts. And then I hooked up with like a gentleman who was starting out, who became very famous, named Robert John Colombo. And he was writing books about folklore in Canada and Ontario. So he hooked up with me and he goes, well, I'm kind of like, I said, well, I'm kind of like ghost investigator guy. He goes, well, I got a lot of ghost places to investigate and check out. So you want to come and, you find the ghost, I'll write the story. That's what he did. So that's what we basically did. And I got really well known out of that. I mean, I started getting media and the newspapers hooked up with it, Toronto Star and Telegram. And they said, hey, let's do interviews and about the ghost and with Robert Colombo. So that's how I first started out. And it just went from there. And then ghosts weren't really popular in Canada, or really the U.S. It was all American and European and England. That was the main thing where ghosts came from, the folklore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No, that's
as
true.
it
Yeah.
built up, it became bigger, and then there became more interest, and then more writers and more people and talent. And I'd hook up with like psychics and go to these, meetings and everything else, and then explore stuff and become very psychically open and know what to do and what not to do. And that's how it really happened. And then I got into other shows. I don't know. I just got out there because nobody else was doing it in Toronto and Canada. Very little. So I'm a ghost guy, and they all thought you're nuts, right? So nobody wanted to talk to you. They want to talk football or golf or sports or anything else. What are you doing? I want ghosts. What's wrong with you, boy? Strange
Yeah. No,
stuff. So
I
then
got
I
you.
started
Yeah.
I got on the news and I got on the radio, and I was doing that. And then eventually worked with City TV television and got investigations there in Canada, and I worked with CBC and got in interviews on there. And it grew from there all across Montreal and then Canada and Ottawa and everything else. And that's how I started. And I got news articles in Toronto Star and other things about ghosts. And every time Halloween would come, they'd call me, and it just built up stories. So then I actually started living here in Burlington, Ontario. I moved here I got married with my wife years ago. And I just thought, well, I went to this place with Enema's Back Porch in Burlington, and they had a huge place on the lake, and they were haunted. So I talked to the owner and said, hey, you want to have an investigation? And that'd be cool, and check it all out and who the ghosts are and all the rest. And that's what I did. And then that's launched my career. Basically, I was supposed to only be a couple of days. Now it's been like 22 years.
Wow.
So that was cool because it gave me the opportunity. And then I started, well, hey, other people were doing ghost tours and ghost walks. Nobody knew what the heck a ghost walk was in Toronto or Canada or here. They couldn't figure it out. They go, what do you mean ghost walk? Like, do you bring goats or something? It was crazy. So yeah, I started doing these tourism things, and the city of Burlington here loved it. And they go, well, yeah, you can do a tour and talk about things. And I really started with Emma's Back Porch. That was it. I didn't have a place. And other people were getting really mad at me. So we had a big, giant, grand opening event. I had all the authors come down. I had Terry Burrell, who was a famous author. I had other people on TV and media. Tommy Hunter, a musician way back then, a guitarist, famous. I had all these people, celebrities coming down and checking out. Yeah, I'm going about ghosts and hauntings, and had a table and food and everything else. I say I'm going to be doing ghost tours. We did a whole tour around Emma's Back Porch and then around the lake, and I got a lot of the information. I researched it all. It took me a long time and to find out the history, and then I applied it with the ghosts, and that's how it really started. It was just crazy.
So that's awesome. Yeah. So how did you get involved with TV then?
City TV came down that time at night, and they liked it. And they were filming a show starting off with Space, a new TV show that was just starting off. So I got filmed on that to be interviewed at Haunted Emma's Back Porch in Burlington, Ontario. And then from there, they developed another show working on called Creepy Canada. And that was the first really ghost paranormal reality show that happened in Canada here or Ontario. Getting really big. It lasted for 4 or 5 years. It was reenactments of history with ghosts and hauntings, and they did it really well. And I did that for 2 years. So I got on the show, and I was a host for that, and did really well. And that's how I got really took off after that. With my tours, I started getting bigger, and all the places around went, well, come over to my place. It's haunted. And come over down the street. And I'm starting from 2 places, and up being like 27 places on a tour to make a tour in Burlington. It was just bizarre, and it got really popular. And then I just got into the news, and I just fell into it. And I started doing books, and then I got hooked up with Brad Steiger, who's got this amazing book, Real Ghosts on Haunted Spirits.
Oh, very cool.
Came out in 2003. So this is the Bible for haunted ghosts and spirits and haunted places. And Brad Steiger is a famous author in London, England. He called me and said, hey, you want to be in a book? You got some amazing stories. So that's where I talked about my haunted guitar. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. And the story was so so phenomenal because that was going
you
on
had
at
to
that.
tell that guitar story. People were asked more questions about that guitar.
Yeah, so I ended up doing the story of that, and that's where that hooked up. And then that played up into other shows and other interviews and TV, and that's where it really came from. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That guitar, you have to tell the guitar story. I cannot tell you how many people had questions about
It's
about
just a nuts. I won't go into the whole story of the deal what happened, but the whole point is, I'm a musician. Okay, I've always been a musician. I grew up as a musician, guitar, bass, singing, and got into bands, played all across Canada, U.S. and else. But I mean, this guitar, I was in a pawn shop in Oakville, Ontario, and it came to them from another place in New York. Oh no, from Detroit. Actually, came from a bar. And story goes that there was a whole page on it about a whole couple of pages of the history of this thing. So it was a white Flying V. Anybody knows Flying V guitars? So it's in the shape of a V, and I was just drawn to it. I went to the store to go, oh, this is cool. It was only like $99 or something. So the guy goes, well, you don't want that guitar in the store. He goes, you don't want that. I go, why? Well, it came from a bad place and somebody died with it. I go, okay, that's even better. That's cool. I thought it was cool because, so he goes, well, the story goes that it was in a bar and the band was playing, whoever this band was, and the whole place went on fire. And everybody ran out. And one of the band members, the bass player, died, was killed. And he was found holding the guitar on the stage. And everything was burnt to a crisp. And the guitar was standing perfectly in perfect line. Perfect. Nothing happened. And it was like a circle. But he was charred. He was killed. And I guess the guitar was sold, auctioned off. And then this guy died, right? And being in Oakville, Ontario. So I go, okay, this is a cool story. I could write this, a story about it. And I started playing. It just always, it was weird. It was like, really cold. It was freezing cold. Like, the third hand is cold. And I could see mist coming off it. And so I started playing it, and it didn't like what I was playing. I was trying to play riffs. I was playing this like normal stuff, country songs. As soon as I started playing Black Sabbath or Paranoid or Iron Man, they loved it. Go, yeah. And after I didn't play anything else, I didn't like that. So I go, okay, I'm just going to take it home, and I have a collection of guitars, so I'm going to bring it. I bought it and just took it back, and it just felt always really weird. Got a case with it, and I put it in my apartment, and just things started just happening. It was like, I put it in my room, and like the other room, and like it would start. I hear voices, and there's nobody there. My wife and I were looking at each other like, "Who's talking?" Nobody there. I go in the room, there's nothing there, and then go back, and it was all like, kind of like Mayan. It's like kind of exotic language, going like worshiping and things like that. Holy cow, what's going on here? It was just weird. So I opened the lid, and the guitar's literally jumping up and down out of the case. Right? Okay, so maybe they're thinking, well, I have my other room, so I'll put the guitar up, stand it up in a stand and show it off. I think it's cool, with my other guitar and everything else. And it just started doing stuff. And every time like we'd hear like crackling and fires going on, and I go back in the room, and the whole guitar was like lighting on fire. And I go, holy cow! It's like it's crazy. Go like I grab it, fire goes out, no fire at all. Nothing.
Didn't need any pyrotechnics. It made its own.
I'm like, this is just bizarre, right? So the thing starts talking to me, half broken English, and it starts saying something like, "I am the god. I'm Exu the god. Yes, it's a Brazilian South American god. It is real god. It's in the shape of a condor. Okay, and it basically works as in between souls and in between this world and the underworld. And it's one of the most powerful gods you can ever think of. And then this thing, guitar, it's attached to the guitar. Okay, and I will give you the power to be famous and rich as long as you worship me and use it to kill people. And I go, that's really like good. And goes, we'd be famous and rich with the use of me, and all I want you to do is take it and kill people with it and chop people up and attack them with it, and I'll light them on fire. So this thing was attached to the guitar, okay? And I go,
Did
oh my
anyone
God.
check out the previous person to see if anyone
So I'm going, I'm not doing that. And it just got really mad at me because it wanted to start fires. I wanted to start lighting. Well, you don't like that. I'm going to start fires and burn your place down. So we'd be sleeping and my whole bed went on fire. You know, it would just shoot from the guitar. And my wife was like on fire. The whole bed was going up and real fire. It wasn't like not fake. And I go, holy cows, I always had to have a bucket of water by the bed. And she goes, what's wrong with you? Get that thing out of here. So I literally had to take the guitar and stick it in my car because I couldn't trust it for doing anything. So I go, now what do I do with this thing? So it's like, oh my God. So then I go to my car. My whole car goes up in flames. And there's nothing there. My car's on fire. The engine's on fire. Look up. I touch the guitar, and I hear this laughing. Oh, evil laugh, like all over the place.
Yeah, real.
Right? So I didn't know what to do. I was trying to figure out how to get rid of it, kill it or something. And so I was going to be coming to a show in St. Catharines, Ontario, with Rob McConnell from the X Zone, and he was hosting it, and there was a lot of major psychics there. And when the woman contacted me, she said, I have to talk to you. I have to contact you because you need help. And she contacted me. And she goes, you're going to be at the show, right? She goes, you got something real evil against you that's wrecking your life and destroying your life, right? So bring the guitar. And I said, and I didn't even tell her what I had. She goes, just bring this guitar to me and I'll clear it for you. I'm like, okay. That makes sense. So I go, okay, next I bring the guitar, go on the show. It's on a Saturday, on the weekend. And the thing was like really mad at me. I didn't tell what was happening, but it was just jumping up and like the case was literally jumping up and down in the back room, in the back of the car. And I was just trying to plant. So she told me to get some salt, get this, and get some herbs and get some other things. All kinds of stuff was before, when I bring it, so I could use this in a kind of a ritual thing. Going to St. Catharines, I take the guitar in, have my booth there, have my table, bring it down, put the guitar there, start setting up. And Rob comes flying out and goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm bringing my guitar. It's haunted. And I have a story about it. He goes, okay. So I set it up on the table. And literally after not even like 2 minutes, all the glasses on the table come flying, they're crashing everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
they're all blowing up, they're all smashing. And Rob goes, get that thing out of there. What the hell's wrong with you? You're wrecking my show. And I go, no, this is media. He goes, I don't care what it is. You're destroying my whole booth. So Eugenia's there. Yeah. She's coming in. She goes, hi, Patrick. How are you doing? She goes, oh, that's that evil thing, isn't it? I go, yeah. So Rob goes, get out of here. Go outside. Go in the foyer. Go do something. So we go in the outside the room, and we're sitting by some chairs. I bring the guitar. Said, look, I don't know what to do with this thing. So she examines it, looks at it. She's talking to it. She picks it up, and she's saying, yeah, and whatever. And then she goes, well, what do you want? What do you want from us? And the thing just has this huge voice, to kill. Right? And that goes all over the whole room. And Rob's going, oh my God, get away from me. That's what Rob's doing. He's going like, oh my God. So she goes, yeah, this thing really, really evil. It's attached to it. And it was telling her it's this God and it wants to kill and it's not going to go anywhere. So she said, no, you're going to leave and I'm going to get rid of you. She said that this white kind of fume, a white kind of ghostly fume. And it looked like a white snake was started wrapping around her neck, coming from the guitar. Wow. Just whole like a snake wrapping around her. She couldn't breathe. She just started screaming, and it's coming to kill her. And I hear these growling and voices. I'm gonna kill you, Yeah. Really evil shit. And this was like a movie. So we grab her, and I had to pull the guitar away and throw it down the other side. And we were literally grabbing this thing, this white snake, forming and it just blew apart. And she was gasping for air. And we got her water. And she goes, "Oh, get away from me! Get away!" She was freaking right out. She's never freaked out so much about So the thing was trying to possess her and kill her, right? She says, you got to get rid of that thing. It's demonic. And I said, well, how do you do that? And she goes, well, basically burn it and take, burn it. And it will release the spirit. The energy will go. This thing will go somewhere, but at least it'll be away from you and us. So I go and put it back in the car, do my show, and I'm all freaking out. She goes, you got some salt, you got this. She gives me stuff. She gives me protection. I got my pockets full of stuff and crystals. I felt like I was in military crystals. I'm ready to go. Here I go. I'm all armed, ready to go. I got crosses. Here I go. Like, oh my God.
Man.
And so,
I don't blame you.
I didn't know what to do. It was like, she goes, it's okay. You can clear it. I'll bless you and anything else. And she did a blessing for me and a ritual and all that stuff. So I felt kind of good after that. And I go home that night, and it was maybe about 7. It was summertime, so about 7, 8 o'clock. So I'm taking this guitar, and I didn't tell her what I was going to do. I didn't say anything to the guitar. I said, shut up. Just don't talk to me. Just don't sit there, and be bad and do whatever you want. And I was hoping I'd get home okay, so the thing wouldn't destroy my car, right? So I finally drive to Oakville, and I noticed there's this huge park. It's called Shell Park, and usually they have garbage cans in the park, so there's no. And I went in there and I was looking around. Well, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? I'm going to burn it. So it's a big, huge clearing, and I go, wow, there's this huge garbage can way down there, like an oil can, garbage can. I go, okay, it's perfect. Nobody around. Ran down there, put the guitar in, stuck it in. I had a whole can of gasoline, like a huge, big one. Filled it off. And I said, she said, okay, you got to burn it. So I poured it all over the guitar, all the gas.
No way.
I put salt all around the garbage can to contain it, right? Putting salt on my legs and everything else. And then I start lighting the guitar. Won't burn. Doesn't matter what I do. I'm gonna go, shit, nothing's happening. I'm not burning at all. And then all of a sudden, poof, the thing goes up. The light goes up on the guitar and it starts burning. But then the flames jump onto my arm. I go, oh shit! I'm trying like this. It's all burning up my arm, and I drop the rest of the gasoline can inside the garbage can with the guitar, and I go, oh no, this is gonna blow. And I go, shit! I'm running all over the place. I'm trying to put my life and going, I gotta get the gasoline out. It's gonna blow up the whole thing. And nobody's around. So I'm going, oh crap. So I ran all the way in the car, and I'm looking at it. Didn't go yet. So I ran all the way back and grab the gasoline can, take it out, run all the way back again. And then the whole thing just blow, the giant black smoke flying everywhere about 20 feet in the ground. I go, whoa. And this huge screech comes flying out, screeching like a banshee, and goes flying up into the sky. And the wings go out like this, about 10 feet across. And it just screeched, and it was like a dragon, like an evil demon dragon thing. It was just nuts.
Wow.
So I'm watching all this and go, this is really great. Hope it didn't come back at me again.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting until the guitar actually starts, dying down and burning and charring, and just smoke keeps coming. That's it. So it's so hot. I finally go there, walk up to it, and go, okay, it's good to go. Great, perfect. Everything's gone, no problem. And I just leave it in there. I go, okay, I make sure it's out, so there's no fires, anything else. Start walking back to my car, go to my car, and then some truck comes driving in, like a pickup truck. And the guy's going, goes all the way right to he sees all the smoke coming from my guitar and the garbage can. Goes, oh, what's this? He goes and gets out of his car, looks at it, picks it up, and puts it in his back of his truck. And I go, oh, not good. And I go, crap. I go, no, well, buddy, you want it, you got it. You can get charged. I don't care. And I don't even know what happened after that. I had the case left in my car, and just like, that's it. You can have it. And that day, I don't know what happened. If he restored it or what, or he just blew up later. It's like, holy shit. Just nuts. Crazy stuff.
Oh my God.
When it did, when it did let you play it, did it seem like when you're playing it that you could play it better, or it sounded different or anything?
Yeah, I could play like really better than anything else. I mean, I was, I'm a good guitarist, but I just became like super Metallica guy. They're like, it's like, oh, that was like Randy Rhoads all over again. Like,
yeah.
it was just weird. It gave me the power to like just.
You got the super
Yeah, super. I was supercharged guitarist guy. Dead, an evil guy, man. Would have been great on the shows.
So, tell him what kind of shows you got to go into. What kind of he was a musician.
Goodness.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can audition for that. So anyway, after I went home, I felt better, and I called Eugenia. I said, I did all that. She goes, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And everything was fine after that. Actually, things were calmed down. Things got really good. The next day, I won the lottery. I started making money. I got a new job offer. I go, whoa. So I cleared it. She goes, you'll be fine. Just don't do any more of that stuff that she said. Crazy stuff. Just crazy stuff.
You missed the guitar? You regret getting rid of it?
And then I got later on, years later, I did the interview, not only from Brad Stargers, but the other interviews. And then it ended up on being on the radio show Animolian.com. So you can hear the interview and hear the story. And it's on there on my link on my page.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
And the picture's on my page, too. The guitar's still there, too, of course.
Would you like to give for the listeners, because there are radio listeners that may not get a chance to see, can you give that to them right now?
It's on my website, burlingtonghostwalks.ca. So all the stuff is there. All my links are there. A lot of the main photos I've done. The famous photos of all the ghosts are there too. So it's all in there.
Yeah, and we'll try and list it in the description. So it's good just to always say that, because sometimes on the radio, that part will get skipped. So I definitely want people to know how they can reach you.
And then I'm on my own Facebook page is Discovery Ghosts, Patrick Cross. And if you punch me up, I'm all over the world. So, oh my God, people find punch me anywhere, you'll find me. So it's my calling card. I don't even have a calling card anymore. Just punch it up on the web, you'll find me somewhere.
Love it.
Good in that way.
Love it. And all these years later, you still have that enthusiasm for it. I just love that. I mean, it gets me excited, that paranormal blood flowing. But yeah, just to hear you talk, just that excitement is just great.
It should have been a movie. I swear, it should have been a movie, really, because it's just like you can't believe these things that happen.
No, until it happens to you. I don't know. I've had crazy things happen, so I'm not one to judge, but I do understand there's some things you have to experience for yourself. And that's one thing I'm just going to take, because you're the expert in the area. I'm just going to take your word for it. I've not encountered anything. Well, I've had things fly, people choked, but I've never had the bleeding on the wall. It was like a mild version. If you were there, I definitely go.
Well, no, but I never wanted it to happen. It just happened, I experienced. And then later on, it was portrayed in all these movies. Heads coming out of the walls, hands, everything else. It was all real, and that's how it became in the movies. It wasn't like they thought it was, because it was actually real, and that's how we retold the stories and the real experiences to the movie and television to that. And that's how it became out.
Well, I told you last time I had an experience with a haunted box, and they were going to take it. Dave and Merlin, who the one, Lorraine and Ed that had the doll or whatever, Annabelle. And so the thing was taking out electrical. It was causing phone. It was causing all sorts of havoc. We couldn't keep that it took out the sockets. It took out. So I sprayed it with holy water, and the cross broke. It spun around and the lid broke off, and then it was fine. So I was like, man, that thing caused more problems. My buddy, he somehow picked it up at an antique place, and he came, and he's an electrician for an aerospace company, and he's telling me, he's like, you can have this, it's haunted. And of course I'm going to take it. It's haunted. You know what I mean? But they're nothing to mess around with.
Well, yeah, you gotta really be careful when you buy stuff and things that are passed on antique places. Because I've had a lot of things that I bought that were haunted, and energy is attached to it, and then you can't get rid of it. And there's all kinds of
Yeah.
things. Well, it's so cool, but yeah, it's not cool if it keeps going on all
No,
day
it's
and night.
not.
And you can't get rid of it. That's not cool at all.
I had to hide it. Nobody would let me bring it in the house either. It's
I've
like,
had I didn't tell you this in the other story. I had actually bought a Ouija board years ago. I was kind of like into that because I was trying to use it uh, as a guide, because you can use it as a guide if you open it up
mhm.
with white light, and you can use it to contact good energy and good spirits, not bad ones. So you have to be really careful. But when I was doing seances, I ended up getting this, somehow inherited this old 1870s spirit board, Ouija board, and it was really nice. A beautiful wood, everything was great. But the thing was really haunted. I think something came through and was attached to it. So again, me
Yeah.
being dumb, this was after all the guitar stuff. I was playing with it and using it, and again, things were coming through on their own. I didn't have to have a portal. It became a portal. And you could see a white fume of smoke flying up, like almost like a hurricane of white, and black smoke coming from the board. And I got really scared because I'm going, oh, crap, I brought something in and I can't get rid of it. And it was telling it to leave, and it was getting pissed off at me. And I think it was part half alive from somebody who died, and half part demon, right? It took two souls together. I don't know if you know about that, where somebody dies and it possesses another soul, and it lives in the energy of that soul who died, right? So that can happen too. Anyway, it was opening a portal, and I go, oh crap! And I kept pouring water on it, and it kept throwing water back at me, and all this stuff. And I was saying, "Shut up!" And it would tell me, "You shut up." It's like, it was just bizarre. So I had
So
to,
you
I had
didn't
to
get
stop that,
mounted. Oh
which is
man.
crazy. So I got, I found out that you can take a blue cloth, a blue blanket or blue cloth, wrap it in a blue cloth, put all kinds of salt around it, seal it in a box, a white box, and put it facing up to heaven, right? And you can bury it. And this will how it's the only way how you can get rid of it. You can't burn it because you just bring more of the energy and the devil and the evil come through, right? You can't burn a Ouija board. So
Oh
I ended
god.
up trying to do that, but I forgot. I forgot to put the white box. Like I got a cardboard pizza box, which didn't really help. That was not good to put a Ouija board in a pizza box with leftover pizza. That didn't help
Oh, I
really.
can see myself doing this. Oh my god.
so so my wife
Great.
put it in the garbage thinking it was a pizza box, and here I'm trying to bury it the next day. I go, where the heck's that pizza box? What are you talking about? I threw it with a pizza box. I go, no, it was the Ouija board. You threw it out. She goes, no, I didn't. I said, yes, you did. She goes, it's right there. And I go, shit. And I just ended up right back on the table again. Goes, you never threw it out. I said, yes, I did. So I said, I threw it in the garbage. She goes, no, it didn't. It's right there. I go, oh my God. Thing came
That's
back
crazy.
in the
Yeah.
pizza
No.
box. The demon
Pizza
delivered
box.
the pizza again. Like, oh my God. It's like,
Well, yeah, they weren't specific. Maybe I would have done the
yeah,
same thing. I think. My
demon
grandmother had
delivery.
one of the wooden ones in like the pamphlet had the glass, and she swears because they used to have like these parties growing up, and that it levitated the table. She was so convinced she would like forbid. She had to like bust up the pamphlet. She had to like. She said that legitimately like things started elevating in the room, and they
Oh man,
it wasn't messing around at all. And that glass
dangerous.
went out. Yeah, she like, and of course I was like, I've always been drawn to those. I was like, if I ever find one of those original Ouija boards, because that's like the stupid stuff I will do, you know. But if I saw one, oh
You just
god, I'd have a hard
have to really
time.
be careful and cleanse it every day with a cloth,
Yeah,
of a a damp cloth with salt. And if you're going to use it, you have to have it to open up a white light and have a circle of light, because there's no other way. Because you're going to bring all kinds of bad shit in, and you can't get rid of it.
yeah, I
And
don't
then
want
you
to
have
do
to
that.
close it after you use it. There's really nothing wrong with it as long as you can do it properly and know how to do it with people. Otherwise, you'll get everything else with it.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to do that. The only thing that bothers me is like growing up seeing them like when people would say sometimes that they'll trick you. like
Yeah.
the good ones, like what do you think about that? Because that kind of that gives me the
Well, they imitate other people. They imitate the person you maybe know, or your father's coming through, or your dead uncle, or your aunt, and they'll imitate the voice and all this stuff. But then when you get to real questions, they don't. Oh, I can't answer that. They don't
yeah.
know. So they start saying other things that, oh, you know me, my aunt, I don't know. So yeah, they really try to trick you and possess you. That's the idea, right? To come through.
Is that what they want to do?
Yeah, and take over, and then you're becoming their friend, and it becomes worse and worse, and then now they take over and want to take over your body and demonic possess you and break you down, and use your body as a vessel to come through.
Would you know if that happened? Like going to places like that?
I'm pretty intuitive, so yeah, I would know. I'm pretty psychic,
Okay.
so I could tell if it's mimicking it or not.
Wow. Yeah, that would. You think about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been to so
Because
many.
there's an easy way.
But-
There's an easy way. Ask how did you die, where did you die, and when did you die, and where are you buried? They can't answer it because they have no clue. That's the easiest way that I found, because what was your last remains? Where are you buried? Where are you there? And if you can't answer it, then that's how I found it. They just disappear and they take off.
Wow. Yeah,
Have,
that's
have
a
you
good
ever,
point.
have you ever on your ghost walks? Am I saying that right? That's what it's called, right? Ghost walks. Have
Yeah,
you ever visited
Burlington goes once. Pardon, sorry. Yes.
the pet cemetery? Have you ever visited a pet cemetery? Do dogs go to heaven?
Not really. No. I mean, where there are cemeteries here, we have but I've never gone to a pet cemetery per se.
So do you think that they cross? Because I've heard I've seen the pet mediums and they're, I don't know. Do you think that the animals cross with you?
Yeah, well, they do. Well, they come back, because I had cats that have died. I've had several cats that come back, and my other one was really attached to me. And when he died, he was a coon cat, and his name was Spaz. Believe it, his name was Spaz, but because he was such a big cat that he would fall down the stairs on his tail and trip on his tail. It was a coon cat. Anyway, when he died, he always come back to me, and he would jump on the bed, and as a ghost, right, a spirit animal, and you could feel him there, and he would purring and be beside me. It was just phenomenal. I was crying. It was just beautiful, because he'd still come back and visit. Yeah, after he died, so he loved me, and I don't see him as much now, but he still comes and visits.
That's good. Gives people hope that if they believe in heaven, that all dogs go to heaven, and they'll be flooded with pets, maybe.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, we're coming up to the first hour, so can we bring you back on and answer some questions and maybe hear some more stories?
Oh yeah, I got those samples there for sure.
Please. Okay. Yeah, so you can get everybody. Will stay tuned. We're just gonna go into our commercial break here. Once here's truly always the technology one. I'm always bumping stuff I shouldn't.
Sparking nights in the dark night glow. Flashbacks from the track, watch the past unfold. Got a story to tell, of courage untold. Rise up from memories, watch us take control. Echoes of yesterday feed our fight. From shadows to light, we'll take flight. In this race, embrace all might. Hold our dreams, got the future in sight. Rise up high, let courage unbind. Erase the past, keep future in mind. Every step forward, no looking behind. We own this moment, leave fear confined.
Sunlight on my face, gonna make it worthwhile. Feel the good vibes embrace. Step into the street, music in the air. Move into the beat, no worries to declare. We're chasing happiness in every way we can. Living in the moment like a never-ending dance. Chasing happiness, not a single day's planned. Together we are stronger, hand in hand. Laughing with my friends, echoes in the park, joy that never ends, even when it's dark. Stars shine in the night, mirror in our eyes. Everything feels right underneath the skies. We're chasing happiness in every way we can. Living in the moment like a never-ending dance. Chasing happiness, not a single day's planned. Together we are stronger, hand in hand. Hand in hand. Laughing with my friends, echoes in the park, joy that never ends, even when it's dark. Stars shine in the night, mirror in our eyes. Everything feels right underneath the skies. We're chasing happiness in every way we can. Living in the moment like a never-ending dance. Chasing happiness, not a single day's planned. Together we are stronger, hand in hand. Hand in hand. Hand in hand.
And welcome back to SNX Radio. We are back for round 2, hour 2, with our special guest, Patrick Cross. So we've got to hear some fantastic recalls of his experience in the paranormal. I don't even know if I could even describe it like that. They are so profound. So yeah, continue, please.
To be continued, yes.
To be continued. Well, I feel like we can't leave out any parts.
Really,
here.
my life is a movie, you know? But it's not Groundhog Day, you know? Because I'm not repeating the same thing. So, I don't know. Okay, so what I want to say for sure is I am spiritual and I do help people. I help a lot of people. I do this to help people and you know, understand it with experiences and all the things that I've done and experiences that maybe to help them out and to understand it and to follow through and have, you know, and live a good life, you know. So I do it with, you know, I walk in the light and I try to do the best and research it. And it's fantastic. And always investigating and always doing something and researching it.
Yeah, you have that love and that passion for it. I mean, I hear it in your voice. It gets me excited. You know, I'm like, man, I want to plan another paranormal. You know, but it takes a lot of courage because that was something that tormented you. Now you have, you know, kind of, I guess you continued investigating for a reason to try and probably make sense out of it, but it doesn't sound like it if you don't fear it.
Well, I do. I mean, if it's demonic, yeah, I do. But I mean, I don't challenge it. I respect it, and that's the thing you got to understand. They're there. They're living things. They're maybe underworld, underground. There's still a spirit. We're still part of that spiritual energy, regardless of being alive or dead. So I try to understand and respect it. I don't challenge it. I don't fight it. The more you can fight something and neglect it, the main thing about demons and entities is they want to break you down.
Yeah.
But if you turn it around and try to understand it, and get rid of it and clear it, that's what I usually do.
What are your methods of clearing it?
Well, the easiest method, as I told you in the last show, for getting rid of any demon activity or an energy that's going to attack you and assault you and possess you, is to ignore it, just like a person.
Oh yes.
Because if you don't talk to somebody and you ignore them and not interact, they're not getting a reaction. They want a reaction. They want to break you down. They want to get you upset. They want to make you pissed off, scared, freaked out. So if you don't react, and they go, well, they're trying to do something, you're not saying anything, or you're not swearing at them. I say, okay, have a nice day. See you later. Take care. And I've done that. I mean, I have interacted, but I just tell it to leave, and then I use the Bible. And a lot of times the Bible doesn't work because they don't acknowledge Christ. They don't know they're dead. They never experience a life. So they're trying to live a life through you as a person, as a vessel. They're always dead, right? The underworld is always dead. So that's why they come through. It's not like ghosts or spirits, because spirits, people, we die and become ghosts, or spiritual energy, or angels. But demons and all that stuff are hate humans. They hate life. They hate because they're stuck in the underworld. And they want to live that life and do whatever they can and cause havoc and evil against the world. It's part of the Satan, part of the following of the fallen angel, Satan.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Man, it's just a lot. Like, I'm just trying to put myself in your place. I'm like, man, that would be so intense. And your brother saw it too, right? Do you guys?
He was. Well, he got a lot of stuff attacking him and experiencing him, but he was more, I guess, experienced with aliens and UFOs, and I got a lot of that happen to me too. As all this was going on, after my haunted guitar, somehow the portal thing opened up, and then I started getting abducted and getting alien stuff going on too. So that didn't really help either. That was a whole nother problem.
Yeah, it is too. That is. But you know what? It is continuous. Like, there's always across, like, the paranormal, and like I was in the paranormal. I didn't even, until I encountered one face to face, I didn't know, or I mean, I didn't question if they were really real. I didn't know either way. But I mean, so what was that like? What was your experience?
Well, I don't know. I've always been followed by that too, because my dad was working as an engineer, as an Air Force engineer, and he worked in highly trained, classified jet engines. So he worked for NASA, and he also worked for Area 51 when I was growing up. And he worked classified with CIA and all this kind of stuff that you couldn't disclose. That was his job. And he became a jet engine, reverse engine engineer. He worked on the Avro Aero. He designed the Avro engines. Really an intelligent man. And he would bring all these blueprints home from work with, I guess, alien technology, engines, all kinds of diagrams, all kinds of things that eyes only, sensitive, couldn't be shown, government only. And it was just bizarre. So he was interacting, I think, with aliens at the base, because I found kind of tools that I'm from another universe that I've never seen before, from things from alien craft that my dad had in his basement in the rec room. And it was just nuts, like probes and things and all these utensils. And I asked him what it was. He goes, "Oh, those are just dental things." Like, yeah, right. Sure, just operate on your brain. And then he would always close his door in the basement. And he'd be working late at night, and you hear these voices coming through and different sounds. Like he's
Wow.
talking to some guy or alien guy, and then these portals would open up, and he was always interacting with him. It was just, he never really told me what it was. He was scared to talk about his job. He said, I can't talk about it. He would actually go to work with his briefcase with handcuffs attached to his briefcase. Oh, I'm going to work. And we thought that was normal back then. He'd be picked up by black limos and black limousines and men in black. Oh, hi guy. I can't really know what you are, but you're a weird guy. I'd be picking up my dad. Like, it was strange.
And it just never was talked about. You know what? It's sad to say, but in cases like this, usually there's a parent that is in the CIA and their child's just, I mean, I've heard all the way from a child that somewhere along the line they gave their consent, and it was like, I mean, I don't know. Do you think that was a part of?
I think he was being tracked as an intelligence from the aliens, and then I started being tracked from the aliens, and they were following me, and I was following me, and like just sitting there at night and by my apartments, and then I had implants put in me, and I was being tracked from that for a long time. I don't know what the hell it was. Like the main thing, I was up in, I don't know how it happened, but I was going up Algonquin Park up north in Canada, and it was a weekend where I was with my friends, and we were having all kinds of beers and wine. We put it in the lake to cool it off. I go put my hand in, and something comes floating down really, really fast. A white kind of like long rod, and just goes right into my finger, and I go, oh, what the hell was that? Right, disappeared
Wow.
finger. And then going, oh my God, that hurt. And it just started going up my arm, and I'm going, I don't know what the hell it was. So I think it was some kind of living alien implant, and then ended up being growing into my thumb, into my finger. So for the longest time, I had this for years, and it's like, and then you could always, I don't know, it was always tracking me. Something always started to track me. UFOs were going to appear or disappear, portals. That's when I got, my main abduction thing, where I was living in Oakville after all this, and it was right beside a baseball, a diamond field, and all these lights were like huge lights, like it was on diamond field, it was all lit up. So one night, I'm looking out the window. It's like 2 a.m. and all this giant light comes flying down, like a huge light, and it's like a spaceship, a silver spaceship, just all round.
Wow.
I'm like, oh my God, that doesn't look good. So I try to wake up my wife. She can't wake up. She's frozen. I kind of like get pushed back in the bed. And next thing I know, this blue light comes flying into my window. Huge beam of light. And then it's just powering up. It's going and it blows up in my room. And just like I'm just frozen like that on the bed. I can't move. I can't do anything. I'm just looking at it and go, whoa. It's like, and then these gray aliens, like, well, little guys, come running in through the walls, just coming in. And they're just like little guys. They look like from Star Wars or something, these Ewoks.
Right?
That's the best I could put, giant eyes. And they're all gray. And they've got these cloaks, and they're running around the bed. And next thing you know, they're lifting their arms up, and I start lifting up out of the bed, literally lifting off the bed, and I start floating in the air. I see everything. I feel it, but I can't move. And I start flowing right in, flow. I go right into the wall. And I go right through the wall. And I go, oh my God, I can see the core of the wall. I can see the fire. And that's it. I passed out.
Wow.
Don't remember anything other than that. Next thing I remember is I'm on a ship somewhere. And it's just bright lights everywhere. Round lights. There was no real lighting. It was all light, round, but light everywhere. And I'm on this steel, kind of like almost like a cart, but it was like a steel thing. It was all just lying. I couldn't move. And of course I'm naked. I don't even know how that happened. And so next thing I know, these tall alien guys or tall guys are talking to me psychically in my head. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We're here to just help you with your journey and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And why are you doing this? And then don't worry. They didn't explain anything. They just kept doing stuff. And the next thing you know, I have probes coming into my temples, these needles coming right into me, and then a needle's going right into my stomach. And I go, oh my God, like a movie. And I didn't feel any pain though. I was terrorized, but I didn't feel like, it was really burning into it. It just like they numbed the pain. I passed out. I don't even know what happened. And then to this day, I still don't know what happened. I wake up in the morning. I wake up and I'm in my back of my apartment, lying on the floor naked, upside down, with all kinds of leaves and dirt all over me. And I had no clue what the hell happened. All I remember was those images of that. And then I have my pinpricks on my temples. And I look down at my chest and there's all these little red dots. Like 5, 6 red dots all around the stomach. Just bizarre. And then my wife goes, "What the hell's wrong with you? You're running around outside in the grass and the fields and the trees. What are you, a werewolf?" I go, "I don't know what happened." This is like bizarre.
People are not going to understand this. They're not going to outside this. They're not going to understand this. I get it. Yeah.
And then 2 days later, like I'm trying to figure all this out, and I'm starting to get headaches like crazy. My nose is bleeding from blood. I'm just getting nauseous and everything else, and I don't know what to do. And then I feel this like really thick thing in my nose. It's like, oh my, something's in my nose. I can't feel it, way up there, right here. And I'm going, can't feel it. It's like really something round, but something pushing in there. And going, well, what is that? And I'm blowing my nose and then blowing it, blood coming out, and going, oh my goodness, something's in there. So I blow my nose really hard, and this metal ball comes flying out of my nose, rolls around the bin, base it, and falls down into the drain. I go, oh shit. I couldn't get it. I'm going, oh man. Like it blew out this implant that was a metal ball, like a steel ball. It was like in my nose.
I've heard of those in the nose. That's very common experience.
Yeah.
I've heard that a lot.
And then I felt better after that, but I was bleeding on my nose. I was fine after that, but it's oh man.
Did you ever look for it? I'd be like,
well, you have to take off the whole drain pipe to get. I didn't bother. I was too freaked out what it was.
I'm really glad it's gone.
I just going, oh man, I don't know where that went, but I mean, I wish I would have kept it. But then I had another implant right after that, like a little transistor thing still on my thumb. It's just happened at night. Wake up and there's this thing going beep, 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 beep. And I go, hello, how are you? On my thumb. I'm going, this transistor thing is going. It's a frequency. And I go, shit. What's going on here? So I literally ripped it. I had to cut out my skin. It was like this little black pad thing. And it had like a little antenna on it and was beeping and freaking me out. And it was another tractor thing on me. I cut my skin up, cut my whole thumb open, and then stuck it into a glass container. I still think I have it somewhere.
Well, you gotta look for it and find it.
I know. It's just, and it was just going on like a radio frequency.
Oh my God, Patrick! If you find it, you have to promise that we can go and we can do it. You have to call me.
So it's probably tracking me in a frequency to the other stars out there, to the aliens.
Oh yeah, you're gonna find that jar.
I mean, I still have it. I just don't know where I put it. And then I have angel dust around it, which didn't really help either. So you know what angel dust is? It's also ectoplasm. Angel dust comes through with portals and with ghosts and aliens, and they can form on different devices. And they can form on your floor, on your body, on your hands at night to show the angels, or a higher level spirit energy can come through and leave traces of angel dust on you. Well, and now you're going, duh.
Find that implant.
Yeah, so I still had so the implant I had from my finger was there for like 10 years. And it would always grow out like a plastic fiber. It's like a fiber thing. And I could never get it out. I went to the doctors and they go, well, there's something in there we can never pull. And every time I would try to get it out, it would go deeper into my arm and would hurt like hell. So then I contacted Roger Lear. Well, he's not around more. He died years ago. And he's famous for implants. So I went down He invited me. I paid for all the transportation, the flying to him, and everything else. And he examined me and found the implant in my thumb, in my finger, and got X-rays of it. Everything was all documented. It was all proof that was there.
Do you have the documents? I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if I
still
like
have
them or
the
not.
Well, I put them on my webpage before, but then I got cease and desist from the government. So I got told
I
to
bet
turn
you
a couple years ago. I was
did.
told to take it down. So I still have the X-rays. I still have all that, and with my implant and the pictures and the implant. So finally,
I have to show you mine. Yeah. Okay.
it grew out. You know, you can literally bite it off as a fiber optic. And it would glow. I'd bite it out and spit it out, and it finally grew out. But the thing was maybe, oh my God, 6, 7, 8 inches long inside my arm.
Wow. So
Yeah, so I finally got rid of
ours
that.
or theirs? Do you think it was our government or do you think it was extraterrestrial?
I think the government's working with the extraterrestrial.
I do too.
It was more U.S. related, not Canada. It was U.S. and maybe Canada too. I don't know.
What do you see as the difference between Canada and like the U.S.? Why do you think that there's such a focus with the U.S. and UFOs?
Well, they work together. Black ops and all the rest. But I mean, my dad, because he was CIA and everything else, I've always been tracked, and they're always watching me. Now, I've been told to cease and desist because I used to disclose a lot of information on my web, and they would shut me down and make things, and they would actually told me they're going to make me disappear if I continue to
Yeah.
investigate, to research, and to tell the world. So they
Oh
didn't
yeah.
want me to disclose anything. So I literally stopped for a while because I was scared, and they're following me, and they're really gonna like do shit, So I was scared
Mm-hmm.
to get disappear, and we're gonna hurt your relatives. We know where you are, you know where your family is, all the rest. So I really
Oh
got freaked out, and I should say, and I'm going back to ghosts and demons again. So that's what I was doing. I mean, I still kind of interact with the UFO stuff, but it hasn't, or the aliens, but it hasn't happened as much as that anymore.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people have a few different theories on it. They're kind of interesting. Not being able to come back, but still communicate in different ways. So that's fascinating. What did you think? Like, what type did you experience? Or what type did you see? What did it look like to you?
What, the aliens are well,
Hmm.
there were different forms. Ones were really tall and gray. One were like really white and very spiritual. Had halos on them, like really black eyes, but pure white. And then it had like glowing, almost like a crowd, glowing halos on them. And then I had
Like an aura?
the little bastard guys, like the probe guys or the scouts or the grays, and
Yeah,
they
for
just do all
sure.
kinds of stuff and come and pick you up and try and take you away and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one for sure. The short grays at yeah. And I asked them why when I was having my experience, and they said because of contamination. But it was every experience after was like I was not restrained or detained. I don't know. It felt like I was being detained maybe. But yeah, no, it's not the best feeling in the world, that's for sure.
I mean, I'm not really like detained or like threatened. I'm just like keeping in contact, like
Hmm.
maybe like a star person now, a star child. I don't know. I mean, I do good, so I don't. I'm not doing bad out there. I'm not, doing demon stuff or the Satan stuff or anything. So I
No,
mean, and
no.
then they're always just tracking me. But now it's more like if things come to me, it's like trying to give me visions of helping. They're not really doing things to hurt me per se. You know.
That's awesome. Yeah, but that's always been my experience. A lot of people don't have this or share that same experience. I always said that it's a reciprocal relationship. It definitely is. It definitely is. So what's your day to day like paranormally now? Like what do
Well,
you
no, I work. I mean, my main job, of course, is I'm a TV host, TV announcer, and
Mhm.
I produce radio and TV commercials, as well as advertising. So I produce ads and
Oh, you're
advertising
good at
online
it.
for ads and for a digital advertising company. That's my main job. But I don't. When I get time to go out and do stuff, and I go to the well, now it's winter time, but usually in the summer I go to conferences and events and things like that. and psychic shows. So I mean, when it comes around, I'm trying to go there and appear and be a guest performer, guest speaker, and talk about my stuff and have a booth and promote my stuff. That's what I usually do. But I haven't done much lately. I mean, and then I do the ghost walks. Okay, so I also go to New York. I go to LA. I go to France. I go to Germany when everybody wants me and they're paying me. So most of the time I get paid as a speaker. I'm getting $200 to $500 on per speaker. Now I built myself up from like $20. Okay, so as a speaker apartment appearance, like it took a long time. And on TV shows now, to appear, it's $2,000 to $5,000 appearance. For shows, making $10,000 to $20,000 an episode. For movies, I'm getting $50,000 to $100,000. So that's kind of where it's going. But I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for the passion, you know.
Yeah, and you definitely need to get paid for your work. Like
like I mean, you do something, you should get paid. And I'm not doing it to take the money, but I'm also a public speaker.
Getting paid. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, I'm a public speaker and a TV celebrity. So I do have management that does help me and book my events and book my speaker events and appearances. So I do get paid for that. Yes.
That's awesome. If you ever make it near Iowa, you need to let me know.
I plan down to go. Well, I mean, Idaho is good. Iowa's good. Wyoming is good.
The corn,
Tombstone, Arizona is good. There's lots of places that are good. I mean, I just haven't been there as much, you know.
Is there a location that's left an impression on you that you really enjoyed and can't wait to get back to?
Well, I really love Gettysburg. So if you ever get down to Gettysburg, they have the conventions. Pam, who runs them, is Gettysburg Bash. Happens every July, and that's phenomenal. It's lots of fun. And the whole place is haunted. It's still an active play because over 250 years, and you had 500,000 men all died and killed. The battle was still fighting the Battle of Gettysburg in 1862. So I mean, it's phenomenal stuff. And if you get down, I love going down there because everything is real. Everything you see on the field, you see cannons, see guns fighting, guys fighting with swords, guns, shooting, and they all disappear. And they all still think they're fighting the war. I got some amazing videos, some amazing photos of the soldiers just appearing and disappearing. Just phenomenal stuff on my TikTok videos. Just phenomenal.
Well, you must be psychic too. I believe it now because that's what I was going to ask you is if you've been to a location that has multiple entities. That's wild.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to be open to it. You know, if you just say, where's the ghost? Like, I don't know. I'm just open to it, and I love experiencing it. And I just tell them to show me. And then it comes up, that show me how you died. Show me how you lived. Show me what you did. How were you killed? What was the battle? I mean, these men fought for their lives, for their families. And that's why there's so much emotion tied up in those battles. They fought for their country. They fought for that. They fought for this. They fought to save their family. That's why the energy still exists because of that bond of life and death, because they're fighting a war. Mm-hmm. Now it's not like, people die. It's not the same thing. Families are not together anymore. So you don't have that bond of the spiritual bond. Most people have lost it. Most people don't have it anymore. Society has changed that everybody is wandering. Nobody has a spiritual life, spiritual energy, and they can open up to themselves.
That's so true too. But it's true. Yeah. Wow. It really takes getting real with yourselves, and that's a lot for people to even do right now. That's for sure.
Like we all are psychic. We all have psychic abilities, but it's opening up to become your true self, to grow as a spiritual person, to beyond the level of what they're thinking in society, beyond mankind, to what we are as a spirit, as a person. That's the whole thing of, I believe, essence of life, to experience all that that's given to us from the universe. That's passed down.
Yeah, it seems like you have a way of harnessing it and really taking your energy and doing like great things with it. What's your secret? I mean, you take like that kind of energy, that energy, that negative, I guess you could consider it negative energy at one point, and you harness it and you turn it into something, you know, like you won the lottery the next day. Like, you know, you've got to tell your story
Well,
out there where
it's just
millions of
walking.
people would want
Yeah,
to
it's just
be.
walking and being spiritual and positive and believing in yourself every day. I ask for blessings every day, you know. Um, I have my angel guides, I have the spirit guides. I ask for help and ask for the universe to bless me and to keep me safe every day in my travels and to and from, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is absolutely amazing. I would love to. I got kind of confused when I saw it, but schedule a reading with you. Is there? Did you have any questions? Other questions? Oh, here we go. Patrick, are you part of the 1,000 or see 4,400,000 people? Are part of the, I don't know what that means.
I'm part of the Astral Council. As far as I know, I've been revealed that. The Universal Astral Council, you know, like for the planets and all that kind of thing, that is forming now as people are awakening now. But I don't know if I'm part of that, like the 444, because I drink beer, so that wouldn't work out too well. You know, I don't know about that one, but
I love that about you. Yeah.
Anything
It'll
else?
go, Mr.
Yeah, like
Bad
I'm
Guy.
pretty, you know, live my life. I'm fit, I'm healthy, clean living. Don't smoke, don't drink, don't drugs, don't do anything. Just, you know, party on and be a spirit guide. Spirit guide. That's what it is.
Awesome. That's awesome. And yeah, we'd love to have you back on another time. I'd like to definitely schedule a reading with you. I misinterpreted what you were saying, but yeah, if you'd be open to it, definitely would love to have you back for part 3. But yeah, everything was great,
Just
and
on a
I
last,
appreciate it.
yeah, just on a last line, I don't charge for what I do with people. I help people out. I spiritually help
Mhm.
because it's a gift. When people are charging psychics, charging $80, $100, $200, it's false, because when there's money involved, you ask people for help. People are asking you for help. You should be doing it as a gift. There's nothing wrong with charging, but the point is, if you're not giving, if you're giving false information and just using people to pretend that you're psychic and, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen,
Yeah.
I don't believe in it. You know, I just do it as a gift and I help people. And I was mentioning last show that I was doing a big event in Toronto, Canada, and all these psychics were there, about 20 people, all psychics charging money on the tables. So I'm there, my promoting all my stuff, ghost stuff, and everything else. I wasn't doing any readings. And this woman comes up my table. She goes, all upset. She's crying. She goes, oh, I spent so much money. I don't think they did a right reading. They did this, they did it bad. Can you help me? You know, what do you think? And so I start reading her, and I pick up, say, okay, well, you know, you got this thing going on, and you got that going on. She goes, holy cow, that guy never picked it up. And you have this problem with your leg, and you're just going to have surgery. And she goes, well, that guy never picked it up. And she didn't tell me anything. And she goes, holy cow. So she throws me $20, runs back to the other guy and swears at him. So I want my money back. You're not real at all. I was running back to me and starts telling everybody, and all these people come drawing over to me, coming from all the tables, all the psychics. Go, wow, he did this, he's so great. And next thing you know, I got a line of about 20 people, and they're all mad at me doing the readings. I'm like, I'm supposed to be doing the readings over there. And I'm going, oh my God, I was accurate right on. And everybody's upset. Everybody was pissed off at me. It's like, oh my God, because I pulled all everybody else. I go, well, Patrick's real, and you guys aren't. Like, oh my goodness. It was
Oh,
really
that's so
funny.
true. Yeah. I used to, cause even talking to Sean Burris, who's he did Extreme Paranormal. He talks about how much like they try and set it up like for acting, and I've heard you say before that no, and you don't play that game. I said if anything, like in one of my, I'll underestimate. It's really probably 10 times, more extreme than ever. But I do appreciate how authentic and genuine you are and down to earth.
No, but I'm real. But I mean, I've done that at stores, and people come up to me and I said, you know, I have to tell you something. You know, it's really bothering me. And the angel guys usually tell me, like, you got to tell that guy what's going on, or you know, and I do, and I warn him and things. So I just have this vision. It's like it's just natural. I mean, I just come up and I can tell people about things and how to fix their lives. And it's usually for me a span of 3 weeks to a month. So I can predict stuff within 3 weeks, or pick up things that have happened in 2 weeks from behind what happened to you. You know, if you had an accident or a car accident or surgery or something, I can just pick up what's wrong with you, you know, and I try to fix it. And my guides are always telling me to help people and do that. But, and that's probably my calling, but I just don't pursue it. I don't charge enough. I don't do enough because I just help people out.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I look forward to it. I've always done the same. I could never, because I don't always, it's not always that I get a read on somebody, and it bothers me some of that. Just, they'll continue going and going, and I'm like, there's got to be like a space there or something, it's like, but I appreciate like that genuineness. Like I could never do it either. I have to connect with the person. Like there has to be a lot there
Like
to,
you were saying about, okay, just briefly here, you wanted to do a reading, and
yeah.
I was getting this thing coming. We called, you wanted to do a reading for it, and I was saying, okay, yeah, and then you got busy, and then I just kept saying, wow, there's a lot of confusion, energy she's going on. There's a lot of mixed stuff going on. I have to tell you that, and you're pulling yourself one way, you're pulling yourself another way, and you got to set your priorities and get things done. That's what I was going to try and tell you, and I'm telling you that now.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right too. A lot of change, and that's exactly. You're right. You're right. I've been putting stuff on paper and trying to get it back organized again. I said that this is no way I'm spending more time, in one side than the other. So yeah, that's very perceptive. You hit that nail on the head there.
I mean, we could do more, but I mean, that's what I was picking. I was trying to relate that to you, and then you got really busy, and then something else happened.
I read it wrong. Is what
It kind of
happened.
threw
I
you
didn't
back
realize.
about something happened this week that threw you back about 3 days. So I don't know what that was. I don't know.
Oh, when they changed the Google over, that turned my world upside down.
I didn't know that, but I'm just telling you that. See, I just told you that now,
Yeah.
and you didn't tell me that. So I just
Yeah.
picked up. There you go, another one. Woohoo!
Yeah. Oh, I didn't. I thought you knew that.
I
Yeah.
didn't know.
No.
You never told me that.
Oh, yep. No, that's what happened. Yeah, they
Proof.
changed
Everybody see
it.
this?
And
It's
like
proof. I did it live. Proof.
know. I was like, man. And then I was like, no. How did he know about that? Just happened. That's so funny.
Oh, I didn't
That
know.
is
I just
hilarious.
picked that up, and you didn't tell me that. So.
No. No. I was like, oh yeah, that stupid Google. It's made me mad. Like, well, I don't even know if it's Google or if it's what's the Chrome. I don't even know which one it was.
Chrome, yeah, something.
You turned my world and my cell phone upside down. So.
And I didn't know that.
No. And it happened to my cell phone too. So it could have been either of the two because it was a built. Because I had a stupid Android phone now. I used to have iOS, and you changed all that too. So yeah, just more sabotage.
Yeah, but you'll be okay. You're okay now. You're okay. You're okay now for another week.
Right? Oh God, I know. What will happen next week? Stay tuned. Yeah, no, that's sometimes that's my life, but I hopefully am on the smooth sailing track. It was a little bumpy for a minute, but with life, I said the best people go through the strangest and circumstances that you could possibly imagine. But if you don't look at life and just not take it so serious, I that's my recommendation. You still have to have that kid in you, and I think that's always a part of me that is maybe my best
I do
asset,
too.
but my worst asset also.
Yeah, no, I do too because I don't feel old. I'm always feeling like I'm like 24. I always feel like the kid in me. I want to do weird stuff and jump around and do skateboarding and things like just weird shit and get in trouble. Like I don't know. I've always been like that. It's like it's just I'm the rebel guy, the rebel ghost guy. So I just do shit. I don't know.
No, that's been me too. So I love that. Yeah, like roller skating, zip lining, jumping off, doing flips. I mean, it's just like, come on now, But yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that. I'm drawn to that. Yeah, it definitely. Thanks again so much, and I will definitely take what you said and mind seriously. And then That would be cool to come on. Do you think that you could come on and do like readings? Would you feel comfortable doing that?
Yeah, because I pick up, like I pick up, I'm really good at it now because I can pick up far away. So I don't know where you are, but I'm picking up your energy, and I was picking up your energy all week. But I just have to focus, that's all.
Yeah.
But I can do it. I mean, I've done a lot of it. I just, it kind of like, it's a cyber link in my head to you. And it's like, that's how I kind of describe it. But it's on the airwaves. But then it's not like I'm psychically, I don't have to be in the room to do it. You know, I can be anywhere. And I've done it for a lot of people. I've done it for celebrities. I've done it for all kinds of people. And I can just tell them what to do and so hopefully how to guide their life and help them and fix things and what they do. That's what I usually do. But I don't have to be right in front of them because I've just got this ability now that I'm on an astral plane. It just goes everywhere.
That's fascinating. So you could do it. I know that we kept you on for close to 2 hours now, but would you come back on and do that?
I can do readings. I mean, I can only do like my limit. They keep telling me it's only about 7 or 8 or 6 because I start getting drained and start, focusing on everything else that's going on. So I'm usually good for about 4 or 5 people, and then I'm done. I can't think of anything.
So if we found like 5 that we could even like pull from chat too, or do you have to see them face to face? Is it
well, seeing is better because I can see your energy, your aura. I don't see your face. I see your aura. Okay, the energy is like how you are overall as a person: good, bad, healthy, bad, evil. Partying, drinking, whatever. I just pick up. That's how I work. I like. You get to a point where you develop certain frequencies. The more you learn, you grow higher on frequencies that you can pick up on stuff on the astral plane. So I got really good at it now. I'm really I'm fantastic. So so I can do really good stuff, and I've done it on TV shows where they're in crowd audiences, and I pick up like 3 or 4 people. I was doing a thing with David Copperfield a couple years ago. And he invited me because he's a good friend of mine. We had, hang out, and I do hang out with Chris Angel. And so come on about the stage, Patrick and all from Canada, and they do some readings, and I picked up everything right on. And he was freaked out. He goes, "How do you do that?" I said, and unfortunately, I also had picked up that he was going through getting a divorce coming up, and he didn't even know that nobody knew about that. So that was really cool. He thanked me a lot for that.
That's very cool. So is there a certain like hour that works better for you in doing these? Because I thought that we could definitely. I know people would be interested in definitely. I would love to have a reading. I would. I think that'd be awesome.
Well, I can do like I said, a more focused reading, but that was the I call it all over the place spatial reading. It's not focused, but like I can do that when we're one-on-one, right? As opposed to I just gave you a general thing that you're dealing with.
Definitely. No, that's definitely we have to do one-on-one. I get what you're saying. Definitely.
Because you don't have the influence of right now with the audience and the radio and the static is influencing me, so I don't have the full focus of what you're doing right now.
Oh, electromagnetic field, like I definitely understand that.
But I know you're hungry.
You are good. You are good. I had a little something before, and I was like, found those ice cream cones in the freezer. They're calling my name.
I could be your best ghost friend for sure.
For sure. No, you. I like your personality because you're a lot like me. I said I react. Maybe I don't even react. I just act like in the moment. I try to stay like that. It's just like I love authentic and genuine people, and I look forward to it. So we'll definitely schedule you on there. And Rodney, did you have any other questions for Patrick? I could go on all day. He's so fascinating.
Just as fast as I was gonna think about asking questions, he was answering them right away for me. Pretty much, a lot of them.
I know, me too. He would catch them. I'm like, oh man, he's good.
Yeah.
Staying out of the game.
Well, it helps. It helps. I do a lot of radio and TV shows, right? And I'm used to the the approach, and I'm used to knowing what's coming up. But I mean, I got my psychic sense going, so that's also helps. But I'm also doing it to help people and help you guys, and I want to make it the best for your show. So I mean,
That's awesome.
oh my God, I've done like over 400 shows already on radio and television alone. So, but I mean, but it's just
Love it.
experience. But I have a lot of fun with it. I enjoy doing it. I like talking to the audience. I like helping people. I like putting out my energy and how I can people and give them the experiences too.
Yes, definitely. And before we go, why don't you tell people again where they can find you, just for our radio listeners that may not have access to the bio that we put out, or
Well,
the
my main page, of course, is burlingtonghostwalks.ca, and then Discovery Ghost, which is part of Travel Channel, Discovery Channel, and all the TV networks. So if you look up Discovery Ghost Patrick Cross on Facebook, I'm there. And I'm also on Instagram, and I'm also on TikTok as Patrick Cross 71. And a lot of the videos I've done, I've posted them on there, TikTok, because
yes.
it's really, really a cool medium, and it's a lot of the haunted statue. We didn't get into that. A lot of other things that I've done, all the ghost videos, the haunted guitars there. All my ghost experiences with the haunted mirrors on TikTok, and on my webpage, some of it too. But,
then we gotta have a part 3 then, with the mirror
yeah, the
and the
haunted mirrors. Oh my God,
statue.
that's another half-hour story.
Oh
Dolores.
man,
Yeah,
yes.
she's dead, but she loves me, so she's all over me all the time, putting her hands on me and everything. So.
I'm writing it down so I don't forget. That's awesome. That is awesome. So yeah, we'll definitely stay tuned for part 3. So is there anything that you want to leave us today with?
All I want to say to people is just be positive and things work out, and always believe, and everybody gets down. The whole world's all over the place right now, but you have people to help you, and the more and just follow the light and follow spirit and follow your heart, and that's basically it.
Great
Yeah,
advice.
absolutely. It's well said. And follow your page, because you've got some, and that's probably not appropriate to say right after that, but do follow him, because there you can see for yourself. There's so many videos on there, you will not believe it. The evidence is on there. I encourage you to find it for yourself. So definitely, check out SNX. We're going to be posting stuff, and we're going to be doing a part 3, because Patrick now just dangled the haunted mirror and the haunted statue, and then readings in front of me. So I'm going to grab it, and hopefully he'll do a part 3 with us. We'd appreciate that. But
For sure, part 3.
Yeah, thanks again for coming on, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going to put you behind stage real quick. Thank you again. Wow, Rodney, isn't he great? I tell you.
Yeah, you guys were so fluid together. I almost forgot that I was participating in this one, honestly.
He reminds me so much of myself. Like when he's talking, I'm like, man, it just gets you so excited. But just to think all of those different experiences, like, man, like, I don't know. I just, what would you do?
I'd rather just be part of the UFO phenomena than the alien or the ghosts. At least in the alien phenomena, we don't remember most of it.
That's true too. I loved though. I lived that paranormal for like 20 years. I couldn't get enough of it. And I was like, man, I have a special place in my heart for that paranormal. And Patrick is probably his extensive knowledge and experience, and his willingness, just to always participate and talk about it. And it's like, man, there's still good people in this world. He's just like so willing to help and educate people. And I don't know, I appreciate people like that, definitely. So any final thoughts before we end the show? You've done 2 shows today. Congratulations. You've been great, done them well, and I'm just
Yeah, it's
thankful
the
to
first
have
time I've
you.
done two appearances like that, so back to back. Yeah, that's okay. I can handle it.
Yeah, you handled it like a champ. So that's awesome. So I wanted to thank you. And do you want to tell people again about your Facebook group? Because you definitely, and your sites that people can find you on, just so they know, like for the radio side, if I don't get this, because I have to still get it updated with the information, even
Yeah,
from
that's fine.
Patrick.
On YouTube, I'm UFO Alert. Over on TikTok, I think it's Big Chief Thunderlong. Podbean. Uh, a lot of places. I've been neglecting a lot of apps, but there's so many. I got people all the time trying to get me to get more apps and go join us on here. And it's like, how can you make time for so many apps?
Yeah, I know. There's only so much that you can do. There really is. There really is. I want to thank you. Yeah. And Rodney runs the ET UFO Off Worlds. If you want to change that name, you can. Like experiencers support, and so there's a lot of people that flooded to that page, and Rodney's the one that took that responsibility over and does it very well. So yeah, want to say thank you and for all you're doing, and then people can come on and find you on there or find you wherever links are. So yeah, it's been really nice to have you, and hopefully we'll see you again. And this has been awesome. Yeah, great. And we got to get Patrick. I have to know about the haunted glass and statue now.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, yeah, on behalf of SNX Radio, thank you for taking the journey into the unknown with us tonight. Your hosts are me, Coley, and we have Rodney. Rodney, you have a nickname you go by. Did you want that, or what should we call you?
Oh, well, it's kind of a mouthful. I mean, everybody on Podbean knows me as Big Chief Thunderlung, the Space Cowboy.
Oh, the Space Cowboy. Yeah, that was good. So yeah, well, all three of them. So yep, we'll get it figured out. Anyway, everybody enjoy their weekend, and we do have tomorrow at 4:00 Joseph Grimm. If you like Rodney, if you're free. It'll be 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, otherwise 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm really trying to train my brain here on the whole Rodney, I would get so confused with the time zones. You have no idea. It's like,
it's good when you post the upcoming. It's really good because then it just shows for everybody exactly what time zone they're in, what time it's going to be for.
That's a good point. That's a good point. We'll try doing that more. So yeah. So on that note, I guess I will see you tomorrow. And for everybody, if you're free, tune in. We will be live from all the major platforms: Facebook, YouTube, X, Twix, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And I've got a few others that I'll be hooking up shortly, so stay tuned for those as well. And on that note, we wish you a good night. Thank you for listening, and be good to one another. See ya.
Woke up with a smile, sunlight on my face, gonna make it worthwhile. Guided by visions that illuminate the night. Mystery cloaked in the past. Mystery cloaked in the past. Cloaked in the past unknown. Truth and discovery seeds we sow. In the starlit wonder we seek the key. To unlock the secrets of our galaxy. stories transcend. Mystery cloaked in the vast unknown. Truth and discovery, secret soul. In the starlit wonder, we seek the key to unlock the secrets of our galaxy. Through endless horizons, our spirits ignite, chasing the dreams that fill the night. Stars are our compass, and time is our friend. Together we'll journey where stories transcend. Through endless horizons, our spirits ignite, chasing the dreams that fill the night. Chasing the dreams that fill the night. A symphony night, we've learned our name. A symphony of wonder, we seek the key to unlock the secrets of our galaxy. Voices of the cosmos whisper our name. A symphony of wonder on the edge of a celestial place. In with each passing moment, our wisdom grows. In the dance of the universe, the truth flows. In the quiet of the night, we dream and fly, with questions that echo through an endless sky. Bound by the stars, our story unfolds. In the universe, our destinies are told. In the quiet of the night, we dream and fly, with questions that echo through an endless sky. Bound by the stars, our story unfolds. In the universe, our destinies are. Sunlight on my face, gonna make it worthwhile. Feel the good vibes embrace. Step into the street, music in the air, move into the beat. No worries to declare. We're chasing happiness and never ever can. Living in the moment like a never-ending dance. Chasing happiness, not a single day is planned. Together we are stronger, hand in hand. Laughing with my friends, echoes in the park, joy that never ends. Even when it's dark, stars shine in the night, mirror in our eyes. Everything feels right underneath the skies. We're chasing happiness and never ever can. Living in the moment like a never-ending dance. Chasing happiness, not a single day is planned. Together we are stronger, hand in hand. Hand in hand. Laughing with my friends, echoes in the park, joy that never ends. Even when it's dark, stars shine in the night, mirror in our eyes. Everything feels right underneath the skies. We're chasing happiness and never